Here's the church, and here's the steeple. Open the doors and see all the people. In the time of COVID-19, this nursery rhyme doesn't really apply. Out of necessity, our church doors remain closed, and as you can see behind me, there's no one here filling the pews. For now, it seems the church is closed. But why should we let that discourage us? The word for church that we find in the New Testament is the Greek word Ekklesia, which signifies a gathering of people who are called together with a common purpose. Let's break down that definition. A gathering. From the days following Jesus' return to his heavenly throne up to today, the faithful have assembled. Some have celebrated jubilantly in public places, and others have hidden in secret at the risk of their lives. A gathering of people. The church has never consisted just of faultless saints. The people who gather have always been and continue to be flawed, imperfect misfits celebrating their collective and unmerited favor with the Creator of the universe. And there's the common purpose, celebrating God's amazing grace. Of course, our celebration occurs in our worship through singing and prayers. But whenever we gather together at church, we enter that liminal space where our celebration of God's grace intertwines with the great moments in our lives. What great moments have occurred at your church? Your church is the place that helps you chronicle your life, from birth, baptism, communion, marriage, ordination, dedication, commission, all the way to the time when you are called into glory. In every potluck, women's circle, and consignment sale, God's grace is abundant and apparent when we find ourselves at church. These days, as weeks and months go by without our weekly reunions, it's important to remember we are still the Ekklesia. We still gather, not in person, but in spirit. We are still the same flawed recipients of an unearned grace. And we are still called together by a common purpose. We remember why we love our church. The people, the programs, the fellowship, and most of all, we remember that God's grace is worth enduring every obstacle. For the moment, yes, the church is closed, but the Ekklesia continues to worship and celebrate, looking ahead in hope. Today, as you remember your church, we're glad we can still be the church.